Hello and welcome to BrainLinker. Myself Vishnu Radhanpura. In the previous video, we have seen identifiers. In this video, we are going to learn variables. Variable is, as name suggests, something that can change. Variable is a name of particular memory area. Example of variable: float pi is equals to 3.14. Float is 32-bit data type. When example statement is executed by compiler, in memory 4 bytes are allocated to pi and that memory location will have 3.14. F is written after 3.14 because Java takes every constant value that has fractional part as double literal. Literals are any constant value like 3.14. So you have to tell compiler that 3.14 must be taken as float. F specifies that. If you doesn't specify f after 3.14, then you will get compile time error of incompatible types. This happens in memory when example statement gets executed. Now we can use variable pi whenever we want 3.14 and we can change value of pi whenever we require. Suppose we want to find area of circle, then we can use variables like this: float pi is equals to 3.14, comma r is equals to 2, semicolon, system.out.print pi r square. Formula to find area of circle. It will display 12.56 as output. Before using the variable, we need to declare it. Syntax for declaring variable is type space identifier, optional is equals to value, optional comma identifier, optional is equals to value. You can declare any number of variables in that fashion, but statement must be ended with semicolon, where type can be any primitive data type or class or interface. Square bracket indicate optional part. Identifier is the name of the variable and it must be according to rules of identifier that we have seen in the previous video. Is equals to value is an optional part used if you want to assign value to variable at the time of declaration. You can declare and initialize multiple variables. All you need to do is separate every variable with comma. You can initialize variables with expression instead of literals, that is referred to as dynamic initialization. But the question comes in mind, why do we need variables? Just imagine life without variables. Let's take a short story and understand one of the reasons behind variables. Once upon a time, there was a king. No, it is not that kind of a story. Story begins with two friends, Vishnu and Shridan, talking to each other. Vishnu asks current time. Shridan replies with 11:30. After near about half an hour, Vishnu again asks for current time and Shridan replies with 11:30. In this example, take Vishnu as user of the program and Shridan as program itself. Without variables, logic behind program would be like this: system.out.print string literal 11:30. That's why time doesn't change after half an hour. Without variables, programs become static and doesn't provide different content according to different user input or situations. Let's correct above example. Local time is equals to local time dot now system dot out dot print time. Local time dot now, as of now you can think as function like void main that returns current time. After seeing this example, you might be thinking of writing local time dot now directly into system dot out dot print and removing need of variable. But in current time instance we print it to console. But suppose we want some operations on current time, then it will definitely need variables. There are three different types of variables. First one is local variable, second one is instance variable, third one is static or class variable. For now we consider variables as local variables. We will focus on instance variables and static variables when we learn about classes. Scope and lifetime of variable. Scope defines part of a program in which variables are visible. Sometimes scope covers whole program. Whenever left curly brace arises, it indicates start of new scope, and whenever right curly brace arises, it indicates end of scope. These scopes can be nested, means outer scope includes inner scope, and variables of outer scope can be accessible in inner scope, but reverse is not true. Variables are accessible only in the scope in which they are declared. In the next video, we are going to see an example of variable. Until then, this is Vishnu Radhanpura signing off. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe us. Goodbye.